Do you know where they're streaming it? I was supposed to be yeah, go streaming with Hazuchio.
Hello,
Oh,
yes.
there he is.
The stream is
Oh,
live.
hello, Phil, you're here. Oh, I
Whoa.
forgot. I forgot to read you. Did you set your stream up?
Yeah, so I have to stream Kazgao stream. Kazgao is not actually
Yeah,
streaming in
it's kind
Discord,
of
so
weird. I,
yeah.
I I think we need to let know how to stream from here. Um, yeah, we will let him know how to stream here. And we teach how Gal we teach the Gal how to stream, so that's fun.
Yep, so if you want to join in on the stream, you can either watch my stream or actually just watch Kazgao stream linked in the game lobby here. So you can follow the action, and then there will be no game sounds.
Sorry, where? Ah, there it is. Okay. Where actually? Do you have a link to your stream, Hazuchio?
Oh yes, I should link my stream here as well. Alright, my stream is linked in the general. Okay, there's not going to be any in-game sounds just because there might be Korean commentary from Kazgao himself. Okay, let's take a look at what we have here.
Sorry, Hazuchio, I am back.
Alright, so far here, we see a Lunam pickup from Q side, while Kazgao have 2 magic damage dealers, and the rest of his team is all magic damage, so we can clearly see a game plan here. He was just looking to ban out all the physical damage attackers, and then pick up Luna, and hope this Luna can do enough.
You know, it's always exciting when you're someone like me, just kind of starting to get into the tournament scene. And you know, it's kind of cool to see all the new units that people have. Sorry, I have my lady in the back here. It's really cool seeing all these units because I don't actually like compete, and this is almost a whole new world for me. And if there's anyone new here that's watching this stream, like it's really cool to see what these players use and what you can use later on to really boost up your own party. I just think that planning way in advance is not critical, but you know, a pretty good thing to have. And when you look at these boxes and you watch Dango's videos on what team you want to make, I think it's pretty important to use these guys as a guide because these guys are really good, especially if you're trying to improve.
Yep, if you want to improve, just watch more videos and try to analyze exactly how each player are picking and how they're moving their units. Maybe you can learn something there. So here it's looking like a very easy game from Q side. He does have 2 healers, which can sort of deal with all the debuffs that Kazgao might throw out.
Yeah, now the Gospels will help for a couple of turns, but I don't really know if that will be enough, because I think Bozel just also throws in a bit of damage too.
Also, damage here is going to be quite relevant, attacking into another juggler here.
Oh, it's especially too with the Luna. Yeah, that'll be quite rough.
So here, now having all these magic damage dealers means you can pretty much ignore guard on Q side, just because juggler don't normally bring magic guard anymore. So you can maybe attack into healers, but if they have sorceress, you can't really one-shot them either. And right now, the only thing that can kill the Luna here is either the Beast Rock from Juggler, or you have a very strong Scythe from Rachel. But to kill the Luna with the Scythe, you will need to kill off all of Luna's soldiers first, which means you have to pretty much have everyone killed off first.
Yeah, and doing that too, like single target without hitting the juggler, is going to be a tough time. Like making or delivering that 1-2 punch. All right.
So Q's Juggler does not have Magic Guard. His units are using Sorceress. If the Sorcerers are not at full health, they might actually go down to a very strong Delit hit, or just a Scythe from Rachel.
Now, do you think, if you know, do many people run a lot of holy rings, or do you think just the gospel is going to be enough?
Holy rings are mostly irrelevant these days. Nobody really brings silence. The only
Do you
people
think
that...
it's still powerful?
No, Holy Ring is quite useless now.
Oh, sorry, I mean silence as a debuff.
Silence is still okay, but yeah, it's just not worth bringing anymore.
So when you do bring an AoE comp, is it just more focused just on going pure straight damage? I guess at that point.
If you want to play AoE team, you really have to either ban out the juggler, or you let them have juggler but you have Listel, or some sort of heal reversal. And how much damage you do really depends on what sort of team you're going for. If you have very heavy hitting debuffs like Bozel, like devastating debuffs, then you don't really need damage. If you have Renee that drops off like 3-4 debuffs every single turn, then just the debuffs can win you the game. You don't really need the damage there. Well, the damage does help.
Oh no. What's up with the stinky cheese?
Not quite sure.
They know something we don't. Oh, so Q will get breeze. Oh, they're doing it so Q will get a breeze proc.
Yeah, a breeze on Mr. Knight would be pretty good. So far, it looks like Attack Blessing got dropped onto the Mystery Knight on turn 1 before the Mystery Knight even moved. So he's just gonna go for the turn 1 Wind God Realm plus Iris Teleport and just gonna swing in right now. So there isn't any attack buffs here. Now the Mr. Knight does have a ton of damage dealt up buffs, but against Sorceress, I don't know if you can actually one-shot any of these units.
Now, as Kazgao is moving up, wouldn't it be wiser to move back if you're anticipating the Mystery Knight AoE here?
Right now, Kazgao have no choice but to move up just to block for some of his other units like Liana and the Juggler there. They might just go down to one shot. And the Deedlit definitely cannot stay in range. She have the lowest magic defense out of everyone.
Teleport coming in.
So
I'll be excited to see the charge.
Yeah, this should definitely not kill the juggler, but yeah, I would have gone for the Rachel myself. Depending on how much magic defense the Rachel have.
Here comes the train, boys! Choo-choo!
So the juggler does have magic guard, and goes down to unicorns. The unicorns had 20% increased damage and the forest buff. Even without the attack buff, they just run over the juggler. Now the juggler does not actually have any magic defense buff, so yeah, actually works out. If you don't have magic defense buff, then the Mr. Knight also does not need the attack buff.
Oh man, it's now seeing Kazgao fight here. Is there really anything that he can do to salvage this, or
No,
is it?
Kazgao should absolutely just concede. This game is lost. You can just look at that Luna. If you just remove all other units except that Luna and like maybe one healer, you'll still lose this fight.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, it was a good train.
Yeah, so if you kill the Luna, I guess you could do it just by getting some lucky debuffs, like cannot debuffed buff.
I'll be curious to see how that will be accomplished without, like, with a full magic damage team. But and a magic resist. I think that is the nail in the coffin right there.
Yeah, so with the magic resist, they can't even get the debuff. I'll be buffed. So can't really do much here.
These guys are almost playing at a rate so fast that, like, even I can lose this fast. But it's like, wow, they're making the same plays that I do, and it's like, I don't know, it's really cool to see them play and just do the same thing that happens to me.
Yes, I like how they are playing this out really quickly. It's like over on turn 1, and they haven't really used much backup time. If they both used all 300 seconds, I would be bored to sleep right now. So, I'll be all tapped here, just like reading Reddit while they...
No way. I'd be talking your ear off about a 10 tank team. Just wait for that new character to come out that makes everyone a tank. It's going to be glorious.
So Kazgao is still giving this a fight here. Still putting up a fight here, apparently. But really, I don't see much on what he can do here.
No, not with Luna Aura and the Mass Resist. That's too much.
Looks like the juggler did bring... Well, Q's remaining juggler did bring the faction buff, so there's no Beast Rock there. So this Deedlit is going nowhere. There's no breeze. But even if there was a breeze, she would still be going nowhere. Everyone have Sorceress. And there's the Luna Aura, so really have no chance of one-shotting anyone.
Now, why does Sorceress help in this situation?
Really, both Sorceress and Bolt Rangers are both fine. Sorceress have higher magic defense, while the Bolt Rangers have damage reduction. So both of them help survive against magic damage.
I'm curious to see how this is going to lead to a Game 2 ban pick phase.
I guess both rangers should be better against higher int units here, like Elite. But the Rachel, yeah, having Sorcerer would be better against Rachel. Like Rachel would have lower int, but they have more damage dealt up.
Now, is there a reason why Q is actually playing so slowly, or like still afraid of the AOE that they're going to dish out?
So Q's Mystery Knight here is still unable to use her talent, or no, the passive here, backtrack passive. So he can just be patient here, not throw the game, wait until it's back up.
Ooh, the juggler comes out, 3C, but that's probably just to buy more time for the Mystery Knight.
So here the Luna should have her 3C backup. No. 3C is not available, but Luna is in range here, I think, to engage onto the Rachel. Nope, still out of range. Yeah, Q didn't really need to engage this turn. Everyone was still out of range, and all the passives were still down.
Can Deedlit act again here? I didn't see if her passive's down or talent's down or not.
Elite should be able to act again if she ends
That
turn.
that might be a pretty good move to try to stop that Deedlit from moving again next turn. That would maybe be the only reason I'd see really jumping in there, like right out the gates.
I guess so. I don't really see how Q can lose this game anyways.
Yeah, no.
Ah,
Oh, the Thorns proc.
so here Q jumped in with Juggler and isn't really doing anything. Like Q could be moving up with Luna just to support the Juggler, but instead is moving pretty far away here. It had some other actions that really didn't do much, like moving the Iris. It's a long-range mass heal here. So Mr. Knight goes down, but whatever. It's really just the Luna that's going to finish off everyone here.
Yeah. The Luna can kill the Deedlit too, eh?
Alright, spins the skill, kills off the Rachel, and now Juggler should be dead here. Nope. Doing absolutely no damage there.
Oh,
Thanks
feels
to the
bad.
Luna aura. Not having any int buffs here. And having pretty low int thanks to the lack of gospel and moves taken.
Oh wow, Winkle, you missed a turn one punish hard, or as someone said much earlier, that it was a classic example of how to feed, basically.
So here Bozo can get a AoE down at the start of turn. So what makes Juggler very tanky against D-Lit is thanks to Luna Aura and also thanks to his talent. Many thus forget Juggler gets a bunch of damage reduction when his soldiers are mostly dead. Here we have some lucky silences.
I'm telling you. See, this is bring your holy rings back. It might not do much, but we'll see. And Winkle, what happened was a turn 1 buff the Mystery Knight and just throw it at the enemy juggler, or throw it at Kazgao's juggler. I don't know. I think with the amount of resistances, I think Q still wins this game.
Just need to wait for another Luna skill.
Yeah.
Then the juggler here can faction buff this turn.
But is Q going to spend this time trying to remove debuffs? Nope, going in.
Yeah, against Bozo on the walls here, not going to kill in one shot, so kind of waste. You should have known about Luna's damage. Without faction buff against anyone on walls, at full health, not using Ragnarok. Bozo here is just going to faction buff here. Drops off the heal block. He faction buffs for Luna. So
Deciding whether or not to leave
here,
Liana.
though, I would use the Princess faction buff. And just take a Beast Shock. You have 2 healers. Both of them can use either Mass Resist or Shield. So a faction buff from Juggler is kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, well said, actually. Yeah, there is no way that you could really even fight this Kazgao. Kind of ban pick screwed you. Was looking for another CL, only got it on the Tiaras though.
Alright, Bozo should just go down here. Swing in with Luna. Goes for the D-Lit instead, which have a lot more defense here, so that's not going to kill. He is getting pretty greedy with his target choices here.
But I think Juggler's just going to turn around and make sure everyone's safe. But did Juggler end up taking the Magic Guard or no?
Juggler does not have Magic Guard, so everyone could actually go down here, like all the healers. Yaris goes down.
Is this the comeback? Comeback of the century?
Luna is going to have her skill available for next turn though. And since D-Lit did not move, she's going to have very little defense. Still have walls, at least.
And actually, Bozel hasn't been getting any good clock procs recently, so this luck is starting to really run out. trying to break through that Holy Pegasus guard too. Debuffing as much as he can.
He's not really moving his Iris in good position here either.
And Daedalic goes down.
Yeah, having the skill is pretty strong. That was the right choice to bring faction buff on Juggler.
Sorry, yeah. The my mic. I'm gonna move that farther away from my mouth.
It's okay, I can just turn down the desktop audio here from my side so you'll appear less loud.
Thank you. Then it'll become a bit more of my ASMR Langrisser podcast or Langrisser streaming
How's the
videos.
volume now for you guys?
Yeah, test 1 2. Thank you very much. They say it is good.
Right. So here again, Q just needs to wait for another skill. That's going to delete the Bozo here. With Iris Teleport, might be able to do that already. Yeah, I could play some music, I guess. Hang on.
All these silences coming out are going to be rough, but I think just with Juggler and Luna's damage, it's going to be the end.
Yeah, Bozo still living here. Not going to have anywhere to move now. So, Bozo's dead. Finally, we see the concede here from Kazgao. That took more time than really needed to be. After the Juggler went down on turn 1, the game was really over there. Saw the Luna slowly kill everyone, eventually but surely.
Just having that magic passive is really good apparently against a full magic team.
So it looks like no changes to either boxes here, and we're going to see the same commands played out. Both Juggler, presumably.
I just want to see an Ares once. Oh, my dreams crushed.
This Luna was so good that I got second band. It's not even a
But
bracer.
not going to be first.
Yeah, tank is still very strong. Alright.
So Gizaroff, probably looking to play a little slower this game too, right? With all the debuffs that he can really push out.
And guys hear the background music over there? It's too quiet, I can turn this up as well. Louder these.
You should have just had me sing it on your thing.
Okay, so coming back to this, we see Q getting Zerd a second pick. That's pretty good too. I love my Zerda, but it's against the Gizerov here.
Now, I was actually mentioning in the previous game with Dango about summons and their effectiveness, ineffectiveness, because the constructs that Gizerov makes have kind of like a bit of his stats. Is that what separates it from the other summons that makes it good, or is it just the utility that Gizerov has with them that makes it better?
Gizerov, right now, is kind of okay just because he faction buffs for mythic units. So as we can see in Kazgao's box, there's still the Yusuke, Yulia, and also the Bozo here. So, good as a faction buffer, and right now he does not have his 3C, which turns his construct into a larger construct, which also drops a sort of a black hole effect, which does a ton of damage and debuff. So right now he's not as good, but he's still okay as a faction buffer. His summons are okay, I guess, right now, but it's definitely going to get a lot better after he gets his 3C.
Cool. I'm excited for it. I don't have mine built yet, but I'll be excited to see the teams that he's put into to play against. But now these teams are coming to a close. Does Gizerov fly, or is he stuck to the ground? I'm not sure it really matters anyway, because I think he only has 3 movement.
Gizerov is stuck to the ground, he doesn't fly. And it looks like Kazgao is going for a full magic team again here, but this time at least he's not facing against a Luna, so there's some benefits there.
Yeah, but that mass resist might still put out some work.
Yeah, since there's 2 healers on Q side again this time, I could do some work. This time I think the Juggler is definitely going to take Beast Rock. There is a Meteor faction buff from Zerda. And as Zerda, he probably wants to go with the Shadow Raid, since he's with Juggler, which does not have Magic Guard, usually. So you don't really want to use Alhazard here and be unguarded against all these magic damage dealers. Now
yeah, I'll be curious.
Here. Not good. He's okay, Yusuke here, but it's against 2 Gospels.
I think Kazgao is just going to go for that insane debuff like output and just hope that it's enough to really stop the or silence the Tiaris and Iris from being as oppressive as they were.
I'm going to assume there's at least 1 mass resist from somewhere on either Tiaris or Iris.
Bozel going down. No way. This guy is going to dunk the enemy, or rather Q.
With teleport and attack blessing, yeah, can't really survive here.
Oh my goodness, the breeze proc! Can you believe it?
Well, it does look good. You
I
just
mean,
need the
no.
attack
Again,
blessing.
I stick by my Bozal surviving.
Where's the attack blessing?
I'm getting scared, guys. I don't want Bozal to go.
The Steelit doing absolutely nothing here. Let's get a breeze. Yeah, where's the attack blessing on this Tiaras though?
Might come out at the start of this turn, actually. Oh, another breeze!
Yeah, that other breeze is not going to override his existing one.
But can I say, though, it's getting really gusty in here because of all these breeze procs.
So the summon is trying to block for the Bozal, but can't really avoid this.
Oh, here we go. Well, hold on. Does the Tiaras attack blessing or no? That's the question before the Zerda engages.
So Tiaras attack blessing optional here. We still don't know if she have attack blessing or not. She absolutely should. But here you have a few choices here. You can either just kill the construct and move back, or you can go in for trade.
Oh, now he's just giving away Bozal?
Well, it's more of a trade right now. Alright, Master Assists look so far so good. The Steelit moving last means she can catch up to the Zerda if the Zerda engages. Still no attack blessing here.
Yeah, she must not
really
have it.
sure. That's a really bad spot for Deedlit. So now you can absolutely crush the Bozal here and move back 3 squares onto the forest tile. I would like to see either attack blessing or miracle here though.
Oh, and it's got to be one or the other. But no, just saving it for something that we don't know about.
Yeah, the other play I would have liked to see is you put up all the buffs on Juggler and you delete your opponent's Juggler with a full power Beast Shock. Oh, we don't see that either. He was just paying very patiently. He does have Transform on Yusuke. So, really, where are the buffs for all these units?
Maybe he just unselected the 2-cost spells and accidentally hit go.
The safer play here is just to delete the constructs, but you have to use one of your... You have to use your Guardian North skill to do it. So, not really going to achieve much if you do that. But I'm not really sure if this Zerda can't take out the Bozal here. Should be able to, but decides not to.
Not worth the trade, he says.
Not really a trade here. That's a absolutely steal.
Oh, because Deedlit wouldn't have been able to catch up.
Yeah, Steel is out of range, and I'm not going to assume any of the other units can just take out a full health Zerda. Maybe Gizarov can do it. So the +3 mobility buff on Zerda is kind of just wasted here. He ran away. And now the Yusuke is not really in range to engage here. So we should be seeing the buffs coming out now, like Attack Blessing, Teleport.
Like, do you think there's any kind of like waiting out the buffs from the Kazgao's juggler? Is there any reason why Q's playing so defensively when there's multiple opportunities to actually engage?
Q might be waiting for Kazgao to jump in. He's playing pretty defensively here, and the water on juggler is going to run out this turn.
But if Kazgao just kind of teleports towards it, or even just walks 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, not quite enough yet. You know, I don't know if who's going to get control of that water. Or if it's even going to be necessary for this game, because if Kazgao just stretches too much for that the defense, then he's going to leave his team open. So there's the attack blessing.
Yeah, I would have played more aggressively here. If it was me here, I'd play the Attack Blessing on turn 1 on the Zerda, and by last turn I would have taken out the Bozo, ran away onto the forests, and probably be fine. It depends if this Gizarov can kill off a Zerda or not.
Yeah, it's interesting, especially when you pick such an offensive character like Zerda. And worst case scenario, she just becomes fodder for Yusuke.
Worst case, you spend the teleport right now, teleport the Zerda forward, and still get a kill here. Run away, and should still be fine. You're going to have last rites, and still have teleport defense bonus.
I don't know if it's a mind game thing or what really, but maybe it's, you know, being afraid to really take the first or make the first move.
He's certainly taking his time thinking about all his options here. Takes this long just to spend that teleport, when he could have done this quite a while ago. Now after spending this teleport, it does mean that, well, if this juggler goes in, can't really stop that. Looks like Kazgao is going to teleport somewhere around his team, just protecting his team though. That accomplishes nothing. This is even worse than last turn actually, so Q is favored now, so you can just delete the Bozo or delete the Gizerov and get out.
Yeah.
There's no one that can actually catch up, and then you can just move your juggler forward with a 3C and protect the Zerda. So
this might have been a sack, actually. Diglett goes in, makes the attack, and Zerda goes down. Things are not looking up for Q right now, actually. Hazu, I don't know if that was a good or a bad sigh, buddy, but it doesn't feel too good.
So we have comments like, why did that Gizerov not die? Well, that's because this Zerda is apparently not on Extreme Magic Ball. Because he couldn't even kill the Sorceress.
Yeah, I was surprised.
No, they're not Sorceress, they're Wizards. Couldn't even kill off all the Wizards from a melee attack. So the only explanation for that is if he does not have Extreme Magic Ball. You have some other ball and just forgot it. And now he's just going in. Yeah, jumps in and then gets healed up by this Liana. And either Gospel the Juggler or just heal somebody. And then Yusuke is gonna come in, do no damage, and then we're gonna see Q concede.
Well, now they're asking about killing Bozel. Would that have even been possible with the no Extreme Magic Bow?
Yes, at least he's forced to range attack the Bozel there. So here Yusuke punches without any of his talent. Does not apply heal block. And we should see the concede right now. If the Juggler here had Attack Blessing, you could go for a Beast Rock to one-shot the Juggler. But I'm not going to assume his Juggler have it. Yep, there's no Beast Rock. Can't kill the
Holy
troops of Juggler. So that was the teleported Zerda as well. So the Zerda had Meteor Faction buff, had 20% damage dealt. Yeah, there's no way that was on Extreme Magic Ball. Had to be on something else, like unequipped.
Hydra's Bow.
Yeah, or Hydra's Bow, or even like Ullr's Bow. He might just have
I don't
equipped it and
think
then forgot
I saw
about
the
it.
3 range. I think I didn't see a 3 range attack marker when Zerda was selected.
Yep.
It might accidentally be like a dropped weapon, unequipped weapon. Bozel goes down though. But with Diglett here to clean up, will it be enough?
Well, both healers are way out of range here, so can't really heal up the Juggler after a bit more punches here come out from Kazgao.
Q gets next turn priority, right? Because he's 4 units. Or does the summon not count as a unit when determining turn order?
That does not count. So right now Kazgao is still moving first here, it seems. He does move Diglett here and then have just one more action. Well, both of these healers here are kind of out of range. If the Iris have Dolly, then she can teleport to heal. She does not. So here the juggler goes down. And then at the start of turn, Kazgao then can just simply heal up the juggler with a Liana.
Let's see. Does Q go for the D-Lit?
Depends if there is guard here or not, but yeah, there
And
is
there
guard.
is.
So this is going to hurt Yusuke more, just because he does not have a ranged attack, and also not using his talent either.
And there goes the game. 1-1.
So, yeah. Game 1, Q was showing off his knowledge of the game pretty well here, and now he's just throwing it all out. That was like one of the worst throws I've ever seen.
Calculated, I'm sure. Yeah, it's the curse. Too strong a curse someone has laid upon him.
How does he forget he does not have Extreme Magic Ball on this Zerda of his?
Probably just band bait. The Zerida was just a bait from the beginning.
And he really didn't even need to swing in melee range against that Gizerov either. He
No,
really could have
not at
just
all.
swung at ranged, got the kill, thanks to her insane damage, and then moved back even farther.
Well, I don't think Zerida's going to get banned this game. Actually, I'm really surprised he didn't swap Zerida out unless it's not in the rules.
Zerda's still good. I think that Zerda had pretty good attack, 1433-ish. So it's definitely equipped, but wrong weapon. So again, we see the Ares Luna band here. Nobody wants to deal with Ares. Ares is just simply too strong, too versatile.
You want single target, you want multi-target, whatever you want, he got it. Is your DPS dealer.
Yeah, other than that, you can use him just to pull in your opponents. Back in Season 3, they play a
I like
bunch
that.
of Leon.
Very Canadian. You know, hug your enemies.
So Q this time, going for D-Lit second. Met with another D-Lit second.
Oh boy. Let's see, is it going to be a Yusuke for both too next? Oh, MK. Bye-bye, Dolly. Nope. Yep. Nope. Still thinking.
All Kazgao will have to do here is just pick up Zerda.
And goes with the Ares. Close call, though.
There is not too bad, I guess. Now Kazgao can just take probably a Yusuke here.
Now, Kazgao doesn't really have a dedicated healer. Is picking up the Rachel a good choice here, you think? Or is there something else in mind you have?
Nah, I don't think Rachel is good here. Rachel have very low mobility.
Pair that
Instead,
with not
yes,
having the
this
Landia
Yusuke
spot
would be
either.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Faction buffs for the Delet and also threatens the opponent juggler. So now you have to keep the gospel on the juggler at all times.
Kaz actually has a good old Weiler. Oh, he's thinking. What's he gonna pick?
So the Rachel here, very short ranged. Kind of just have to keep her in the back. Play defense, support the juggler.
Yeah, that two Gospels might do work. You know, like you said, keep one permanently on the juggler, or you know, put the one on the juggler, one on the Ares.
Yeah, we should see a gospel here, just used as a defense buff for Kazgao's juggler here. Right now there isn't any magic guard, so if Mr. Knight does get a breeze here, could be pretty good against. Alright, he's going to bring up the magic guard instead.
Yeah, maybe learn from previous times. Can't just give that away.
I mean, could be good, could be bad, since now if the Mystery Knight does attack in melee against a guarding juggler, an attack buff that could one-shot the juggler here. There is no magic resist buff on the juggler, so it's going to be quite weak here.
Yeah, using Claret as the finisher, I think, might be the again that 1-2 punch. So what's Kazgao's game plan here? Obviously using Ares to get in there, but with the high mobility that both Claret and the Mystery Knight provide, like it's going to be tough.
I don't really see a good play here from Kazgao.
Oh no!
I see a bunch of good plays from Q, if he does things correctly here. Mystery Knight cannot really be stopped if she breezes. While on Kazgao's side, you have to basically dispel the water off of Juggler if you want to kill the Juggler. there isn't any damage up effects here. And as Q, you definitely drop the Wiler 3C at the end of this turn.
Oh, buffing up that juggler. Looking at going in soon.
That was too early for the Gospel there.
But still, returning that in kind with the Gospel of his own. Kazgao matching that. Gospel for gospel.
Yeah, I would have instead just moved the Mystery Knight here. Try to get a breeze. Might also still be out of range here.
And Breeze proc goes off. Mystery Knight is going to be looking for a target. This is going to be bonkers.
Yep, so it is going to be a melee attack onto the Juggler, but she does not have any percent damage up effects here, and the Juggler actually got some sort of buff onto the Juggler. From the Tenyo's hand, that could be reduced damage taken, which could save the Juggler here. Yes, so I do see both effects. Defense up and 20% damage taken reduced.
What an
So
aptly
here-
named ability, high stakes. You know, this might be the high stakes rolling in for the Mystery Knight next turn.
Yes, so the Mystery Knight should not be able to go here. She does not have an attack buff. I don't think it's gonna do it.
Does Q take the bait?
Yeah, you can hit and run here, but I would save the Mystery Knight here. By moving up with Juggler first. The Juggler could have been moved forward on turn 1, but it was not moved that far.
He's just riding some of the waves. Or are you talking about Kazgao's juggler?
Yeah, Q's Juggler should have been pushed up further. And if I'm Q here, I will still push it up further. Ah, that was painful to see.
Yeah, keep at least some of that pressure, but I guess just worried about that that Ares kill potential.
That was really painful to watch. I was like, you know...
So what do you believe would have been the play there then? Attack into the juggler, and then just run away. Well, yeah, you have no dedicated healer. Like, what's the juggler gonna do? Just cry?
The play was definitely to push up the Juggler there, to guard for the Mystery Knight, instead of moving away the Mystery Knight. Since the Mystery Knight had enough range to threaten either the Juggler or either of Ares and Dietlet, should the Juggler move away. So the Juggler really had no choice but to stand there. And you just completely wasted a breeze on Mystery Knight here.
And now you're going to start getting punished because Kazgao is starting to get quite a couple in a row breeze procs. One on the juggler, one on the Yusuke.
So sure, Q have a 6-star Wiler, but right now he's playing as if he doesn't care that it's a 6-star Wiler. If Q is going to basically do nothing for one more turn, I'm just going to, you know, turn off the stream here.
Well, if Q doesn't know what he's doing, how is Kazgao going to know what he's doing? You know, he's just playing a bigger game than all of us.
Kazgao doesn't really have to do much here. He can just wait around. It's Q that just used the 15-turn cooldown ability here off of Weiler.
Ares is sizing it up. You know, what can I see? What's tasty out there? He's getting hungry. Looks like Q's gonna look to engage next turn. Fly in there with Claret and then follow up with Mystery Knight.
Q started off playing so well in game 1, and in previous game as well. He played so well, and now, ever since game 2, he has been so indecisive. Not knowing what to do here, having no clear indication of what his game plan is, what his game win condition is, and really have any idea of how to actually play to win the game.
Yeah, there's actually a phrase that we kind of use in card games, where it's sometimes, you know, you're playing to not die, and then sometimes you're just playing to win. Sometimes you have to take the chances or make those aggressive moves, so that, like, no matter what your opponent could have done in return, it's just you have to take advantage of what's given to you, no matter what your opponent has. And this isn't even the case here, because you could have just taken things and ran because he has no healer. Like, it was just an open attack. You missed.
Oh. Nobody really doing much here. They're just waiting out the juggler water here.
How's Reddit in the other tab? We'll see. Hold on. We'll see after this match, I guess. After this little turn. Yo, put away your voodoo dolls, please. I think that's against the rules. Let me check that real quick.
Alright, well, it's Q's turn to act here.
Someone needs to get
all
that.
5.
Yeah, what's available. Like what? They're just looking at each other menacingly. Well, so did you have a good day, Hazu?
I guess that's alright.
I mean, did you want me to go make you a coffee or a tea or?
Yes, I guess I should have brought coffee here.
Oh, here we go.
This is gonna be
with the breeze proc. This could be what you were looking for.
No, this is clearly not what I'm looking for.
Oh no!
This is out of range, except to use the AoE here. So it's really not going to accomplish a whole lot here, and he really didn't make use of his Weiler 3C at all.
That's alright,
So...
we'll just kill the Weiler to make it happen again.
I don't know if I should, like, say that Q is playing really bad or Kazgao is playing really good here, because clearly I have no clue. Just from looking at these moves here, I'm just lost.
Well, I'm kind of curious, because I think because Q was worried about the damage reduction, probably from that buff. But I still don't think that's justified. I think just Q is just playing a little too defensively.
Yeah, it looks like Q have kind of forgotten his units can attack and move again.
Oh, looked like a defense buff there. So maybe now that'll give the courage to engage. On the bright side, we're probably soon to hit the end of the timers, so the turns might go a bit faster.
So I guess Q could be waiting for the water off of Juggler to run out, but Kazgao can simply just jump forward with the Juggler.
"20 seconds left on the clock. Will a decision be made?" You know, we're really starting to... Oh, Hazuchio, what do you think of that? That is an insane play.
Good thing I took a nap and woke up right before this match.
My apologies to your sanity. But this is cool. You know, I think this is the turn. This is where the things are going to happen. The dog is looking.
Yep, two options. Either jump forward or jump in place. So
It's like a little
Kazgao
chihuahua.
decides to just play it safe, jump in place. He's still facing down a couple of turns of Weiler 3C, so yeah, it's fine here.
Yeah, they're both very good at staring each other down. And you know what? Even if you are, someone mentioned in the comments, maybe they're just trying to wait out the Weiler 3C. That's all good and dandy, but Weiler can just off himself in the fog for another round of 3C, and you just can't keep waiting on that. Like, you're eventually going to have to face it.
Yes. And since Weiler has not been healing himself, that means he have mass retreat probably, and he cannot heal himself. Right now we can also see Q misplay and absolutely kill his own Claret by jumping in right now. Alright, that applies another gospel.
Interesting. Must be worried about that Claret coming in. And I don't think that was a wrong move. We'll see. But you know what? Q's been playing defensively. Now that might that might just be a wasted gospel.
Nah, I think if I was playing as Kazgao here, I would have not gospeled and instead baited out Q to misplay.
I don't know if you can misplay a standing still, though. Oh, there it is, yeah.
Okay, Q is just suiciding this Claret now, because this Claret is not getting back out. Okay. That was close. There's actually a Rachel in front, so that was good. Because if that attacked the Juggler directly, that would have been a attacking into a Beastrock aura. Clearly, I need more sleep.
You know what? This is nice. We're actually going to see they are going to have to start dealing with each other. If they don't, this is going to be a bad time in the fog. Run away, little bride. No. See, but you were right. You could have avoided this so much earlier, because you have no legs on the Rachel. Deedlit, sure, she can see miracles, but like you're not going to get your juggler back to last rites, like health. It's just it's not. It's going to take a while if you do manage to.
Yep, right now the Ares does have a better chance of killing the juggler here. Since there's no more Weiler 3C, you can just attack into some other unit that is not inside water that the juggler is guarding. And you have a much better chance of dispelling water and killing the juggler that way. So there's 2 turns left on this Yusuke transform here. Probably not going to make use of it. Everyone is pretty far out of range here.
Yusuke moving up, but you know it's just they're just staring.
I'm not sure why Q decided to AoE there of all places. If he just moved forward, he could have also hit more units. Like, definitely could have hit Ares and possibly the Deedlit as well if he just AoE'd at a different spot. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it could have been AoEing 5 units better, like, other than 3.
Freeze proc on the Ares, that might spell disaster for Q coming up. Oh, but you know what? Q still has the healer.
I wouldn't call this a healer. There's only mass retreat, which he doesn't really need here. At least Q is playing out his win condition here. Wizard is just going to attack and run, hit and run against a team that does not have healers. So at least he has that going for him.
I just think he should have really put that plan into action a couple turns earlier.
Yes, could have done that a while ago.
Maybe he was just waiting for the fog to push in, so he would force Kazgao into worse positioning, but you know, the opportunities still presented themselves, so I'll be curious to know after game.
If Q did this earlier, when he had Weiler 3C, like fresh Weiler 3C, he could have waited until his units are ready to attack again. So like if his Claret had his or her skill back up again, or if the Mystery Knight can use her talent.
Overcharge goes in, and Knight of Mystery goes down. The 3C, It would have been nice to wait. Or rather, I think what he was really hoping for was that Deedlit hitting the fog, but this is, I think, still good enough.
Yep, seems good here.
And good night, Ares. Yusuke is not too happy. He is angry about that guy going down. But there's still a block from the juggler, and it's not enough to kill.
There should be a gospel on the juggler, so yeah, it's fine. The juggler does have another fresh Weiler talent. It's not going to heal for as much, but it's something.
And they're both out of healers, even though Weiler doesn't count, but the Weiler talent is still active. So that should be enough for a little bit at least. But will it be enough?
This looks like a suicidal move, though. Yeah, this juggler is absolutely dead. So this is free attacks from both Rachel and from Diglett, so looks like Kazgao is going to take this game.
But does the Desperate Prayer not will it not be enough? Do you think Diglett will just cut right through it?
Yep. I think this Rachel here could do the first attack.
Oh yeah,
heals everyone.
Reaper, yeah. Or heals
and
everyone.
if that's not good enough, you just swing in with Diglett, and that should definitely take him down. This should already be good enough. Yes, it is.
The Dark Reaper kills the doggo, and the healing just makes it an unfair game for Q out here. Q probably thinking about how he's going to get out of this one. Might have to find the answer in the settings, though.
I see no way out of this.
No, this is a death sentence. Almost takes out the juggler, but just does not manage to finish him off. The Arcane Blast coming from the Rachel is just going to be to heal him up, or just get Diglett to finish off the Claret, or the enemy Diglett. You know, take that turn away. You've got so many options. You're in such a position of power here. Yeah. One Diglett versus the world.
That was quite the impressive display of lack of skill.
You know what? I think there was voodoo magic. And you know what? Diglett managed to sneak away with one, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Alright, so here Diglett can easily take out another Diglett. Doesn't even
Rock,
have
paper,
to
scissors,
be
Diglett?
Melee range. Yeah,
That is
Diglett have
unfair.
no magic defense, so Diglett just deletes other Digletts.
That's enough, though, to stay in the game. Will the doggo take it? Nope. Plays defensive. Thanks. Says no. Give me the Triton.
This should delete herself.
No way. Yeah. There it goes. Congratulations.
Okay, so Kazgao takes Q down 2-1.
Congrats. These were some interesting games. Very happy to see the how everyone plays, and it's kind of sad to see some crucial mistakes, but it was still some old-fashioned fun.
Yeah, Q really lost it after moving that Mystery Knight back.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Q, if you can comment on that, that'd be fantastic. Or if you can get cute, because I was kind of wondering like what's going on, like what are you worried about that Kazgao is gonna just attack you with?
Yes, it would be nice if you can see his thoughts there. Because after using the Wilder 3C, he really had a very limited time there.
Yeah, and just played so passively.
Alright, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for watching here, and thank you, Mr. Scissors, for co-casting.
Well, thank you very much for having me. Have a good night or day.
Yep, good night, everyone.